Thank you, guys. Yes, I'm here with Fabiano, the hero of the day. I would say you scored the biggest amount of points, I think, from everyone. Fabi, how did you manage to come back and find your track in this event?
Well, yesterday was a pretty terrible day, but luckily I had my really terrible day on the first day when it doesn't matter as much. I mean, of course it matters, but the scoring system makes it that the first day really can't possibly decide anything. If you're in form, I mean, also the second day probably can't really decide anything because the third day there's just so many points at stake, and actually everyone is pretty close. It looks like maybe there's a huge distance, but it's pretty much just always 2 games away. So, yeah, I mean, it just went well in the match against Magnus. That was the main thing, that I had these 2 games. First game, I was thinking, okay, will he repeat Berlin like against Hikaru? Because he hasn't played Berlin for years, and I remembered back in the day that he didn't like the endgame. You know, he had some losses in the endgame and he didn't like it. So then I just thought before the game, like, why not go for the endgame and we'll repeat some theory from probably 12 years ago. Nobody plays the endgame too much these days. So that went well, and then the second game he just provoked me. He probably understood that I can easily be provoked. I'm easy to provoke, but in this case maybe the provocation was a bit too much. Yeah, this game, I mean, you can't play h4. You should play bishop b4. This is the theory. I was playing games in 2012 very often. I mean, rook e1, bishop b4. It's a lot of theory here. Knight e6. Other moves, yeah. I mean, this is theory that was very popular a long time ago, and now is not really too popular.
Yeah, I was there at the playing venue when you had these 2 fights, and I could feel the tension was so high. And I also heard that Magnus was talking during the game, was telling something. Did you hear what he said?
Well, he's speaking Norwegian.
It was in Norwegian,
yeah,
basically.
Probably not the nicest words. I don't know. But yeah, he was. Well, there was in the first game near the end, he was clearly upset and saying some things, and then in the second game. At a few moments, because he was clearly missing some tactics. I was too. I mean, I found out after the game I missed maiden 4 again. And then near the end, when we were both in mutual time trouble, he was missing tactics and I was missing tactics, and he had one chance to draw cleanly, like knight c3. Mm-hmm. Then I think like he probably saw knight c3 after he made his move, and he reacted to that. And but in the end, this second mess of a game went my way.
Yeah, I mean, Fabi, when I was watching it, I couldn't understand how can you still stay so calm, you know? How can you control your emotions so well? At least it looks from outside. Like, what was happening inside?
Well, of course, it's a kind of nervy affair, but it's not like I'm feeling so nervous. It's just that when you're down to seconds, you have to make these decisions very quickly, and you have to see tactics, which I'm tactically blind, so... I wasn't really nervous or anything, but of course there's a lot of tension anyway, because you know that anything can reverse in a time trouble phase. And yeah, I think just it went my way. Yesterday things really didn't go my way, and today things for the most part went my way. I mean, I lost this unnecessary game against Hikaru from a slightly better position, but what to do? Yeah,
Magnus doesn't lose so often to 0. I mean, in mini matches. Like, what does it mean for you to beat him, like to outplay him today?
Oh, it's very happy. I mean, actually, all the games I could have won against him. Yes, I was going for a fight in every game. I thought it's usually the best way. You know, like Magnus is especially good in positions where he has no risk and he can just push endlessly. This is where it's hard to compete with him at all. And in these kinds of messy fights, then it's it's usually a bit of more an open battle. Of course, he's so strong in general that anything can go wrong. But I thought it's probably in general best, and also the scoring system. I just don't see the point of draws like in this tournament. I really don't see why you make draws at all. It's better to like win 1, lose 1 than to make 2 draws by far.
Wow. So this kind of strategy you have, and especially tomorrow, draw will give you only 1 point compared to the victory, which will give you 3 points. Like we already discussed it a little bit, but still, like the fact that you are on the 2nd place right now, I mean, does it give you extra confidence coming into the last day?
Well, I'm happy to be in contention, but also I'm not far from last place. It's that I'm like 1 game away from last place, and I'm 1 game away or half a game away from 1st place. So it's just a wide open fight, and we'll see tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you so much, Fabi, and all the best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fabi. My advice is to brush up on your Norwegian, and the next time Magnus is saying something at the board, you hit back at him in Norwegian. That will be a taser moment.
Or at least then he can share it with us
Exactly.
after the fact.
What's our standings after all of this?
Let's take
My
a look. Let's
goodness.
remind
we were
everybody.
hearing you, yes. So next time, if I'm not mistaken, Yasser, you said something like next time answer something in Norwegian, right?
Yes.
When Magnus starts talking in Norwegian, you should answer him in Norwegian.
But I only know how to say very nice things in Norwegian.
You only know
Learn a couple
things.
cheeky phrases.
No, really, I only know how to say like,
For example?
nice to meet you.
Good morning.
Actually, I had this. Okay, maybe if some like Norwegians or Danes are watching, I had this kind of discussion with Magnus and his wife as well, Ella, because I was saying like, "Rart at Modedai," which is like, I thought nice to meet you, but then in Norwegian it's like hyggelig at Modedai, which so I can only say very nice things in Norwegian. I can probably also maybe call him something a little bit mean, but no, my Norwegian is like very friendly.
At the moment, it's very friendly Norwegian. We will see how it goes tomorrow in any case. Thank you, Yasser, for the advice.
Anytime. You can count on me, Anastasiya.